It looks like the parade is about a block away from us now and making its way down Congress Avenue.
You know, Kevin, we've got 100 units in this parade, and you'll be pleased to know that the horses are at the end. That's always good news. I think probably be at our corner, I would give it another 5 minutes probably before it actually makes its way to our corner, but we'll be seeing shortly. Well, I can hear the drums. I'm not sure that our audio for the viewers out there can hear the drums, but I'm beginning to hear the drums and the whistles, and we know that means a band and police, and in fact the police escort is coming first with a couple of motorcycles, so we'll be getting to those shortly. You and Clifton were talking about this being a first for Ann and for Texas and for a number of political reasons. It's kind of a first for Austin Access. This is one of our first major live coverages of any event, and it took a lot of work and a lot of cooperation on the part of certainly the City of Austin, Austin Cablevision, the bank here.
And hey, it's been great fun too. First City Bank
has opened up their doors to us, and we're using their front porch, so to speak. And the press room is down at One American Center, where they're offering food. So I think the spirit of this entire thing has been wonderful, a spirit of cooperation. We have a lift behind us. It's called, for a technical term, it's a lift for a television camera. It's Texas High Lift has donated that to us. And that's something that there's just no way we could have gone out on the budget that we operate on. So
Laura's doing a great job up there too. It's kind of windy and shaking around, and I'm real proud of her for braving it out.
So you have your own production crew, don't you, Kevin? You run a production company called Fillmore Video, right?
The infamous Fillmore Video. And
you do a couple of shows, 3 shows. What do you do on Access?
Well, I have the first units of the parade arriving, and the police escort is approaching.
There's that motorcade that just went by. We just now had the police escort with the 2 motorcycles going by. Actually, I believe there are more than 2, don't you, Kevin?
Yeah, it's kind of neat that the police decided to go back to the Harley-Davidsons and hear that familiar American thumping.
That's right. Okay, coming up now is the all-service color guard with 8 persons. And we have, looks like, what do we have there, Clifton? We have Marines, we
have Air Force, Navy, and Army. And now we have the Bexar County Palomento Patrol.
Here's the horses. I thought you said they were at the back.
You know, shoot, they must have 2 bunches of horses, but would you look at that silver? Oh, isn't that beautiful? The girding on those silvers, that's just...
Those horses got to carry a lot of stuff there.
All right, now this is the Palominos, the Bexar County Palomino Patrol, 14 horses.
They're certainly beautiful animals.
Here at the corner of 9th and Congress in front of the First City Texas Bank, and you can hear the roars from the crowd going up as the Baylor band approaches.
Where was the mayor? I missed Mayor Cook. He was supposed to be going by, but I missed the mayor. Where was the mayor? Well, he wasn't on one of those horses, I hope.
No, the mayor is not fast, so apparently somebody messed up down at the staging point of the parade, because
it couldn't have been our fault. We couldn't have messed up there.
We can't be blamed for that.
All right, well, maybe Lee Cook is at the city council chambers or something. Flugelhorns there.
Now, how's that for a Baptist school playing when the Saints go marching in?
Kind of timely here with the war.
I don't see one bassoon. I don't see one French horn.
Yeah, they look like some flugelhorns, but we missed the French horns.
Oh, but I see those clarinets.
Yeah, and the piccolos, and just lots of flag wavers.
There's the flag bearers. Kind of hard to keep a straight line, I guess, in the wind like this. With those flags, they're doing a darn good job of it.
Heard a lot of great things about Baylor in the past, too.
Yeah, I don't want to play them.
Okay, now here we got...
DPS security vehicle, I think.
Okay. There's their DPS guy here. Mark. Here's Ann Richards coming by here. Let's get a shot of her.
I know you.
Hi, Ann.
trying to do my job.
There's Ann Richards.
Well, I'm on camera right now. I'm doing the color.
But she had such a great speech earlier today.
That is exciting. I think that's one of the most thrilling sights to see Ann Richards going down the street in that in the carriage with the horse drawn. It's wonderful.
Right, maybe we can see more of those horse-drawn vehicles here in the future and become more
I think,
independent of the oil.
Lieutenant Governor will be riding in one when he comes along, too.
Last good horse carriage I saw was in Central Park. But you know those nags, they're really broken down nags in Central Park. Nothing to compare with our Texas horses.
Okay, here's the Marine Corps here. With
Texas A&M Ross Volunteer Company.
They certainly have a serious look on their face and the swords and everything.
This is also the group that provided the, like the honor guard or the, you might say, the entryway for the governor as they entered from the Capitol to go to take the oath of office. They usually have their swords crossed, and the governor enters through an arch. So this is something that Texas A&M has been doing for a number of years.
Well, they certainly should feel safe with all these guys around.
Yeah, it's a good precision marching group. You'd expect that.
Okay, now they're moving their guns around. I talked to the National Guard guy earlier, Sergeant Ross, about their role in this parade.
I hate to interrupt you, Kevin, but those women are tap dancing down the street.
We have the
nice
Waco
outfits.
High School band and cheerleader drill team made up of 140 marchers, and Waco is the hometown of the governor, Ann Richards.
There's a tiger there too, or is that a lion?
Cannot tell.
Must be a lion. I guess that's the mascot of the Waco High School.
All right, we're seeing some pom-poms. I think they're picking them up on the camera right now. The marchers in the red with the silver pom-poms, the high kicks. Takes me back. Takes me way back.
You used to be a cheerleader, Sheila?
Just a high kicker.
A high kicker. All right. Well, she still knows how to kick.
All the grab like she was a cheerleader. And now here's the band.
This is the blue.
Which band are we on, Clifton?
Waco High School band.
Okay. Where this is Waco High School, Ann Richards' hometown. There's a French horn. French horns, silver French horns.
Silver French horns. All right, now how do you know if that's an English horn or a French horn?
Well.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
I just thought I'd ask.
I just had a good gut feeling on that one.
That's good. I'm going to
The dog underneath the wagon there. That's Bob Bullock coming by in an old stagecoach.
Kevin, what kind of horn is that woman playing?
A brass horn.
That's a stretch horn.
Stretched out brass horn. That dog is really interesting. See the Dalmatian underneath it? I wonder if they trained that dog to do that or if he just wandered in. Maybe that's
I think he learned it watching face.
And we have the Hill College cheerleaders. And the next unit coming up should be the Hillsborough High School Golden Eagle Band.
We're kind of in between music here. It's amazing how they coordinate this music. One band playing the drums and another playing a song.
Yeah. This is Hillsborough High School Golden Eagle Band. 92 marchers.
Yeah, if we could coordinate reading this program as well as they coordinate that music, we'd probably have a pretty sharp show, huh?
Yeah, maybe we get paid for this next time.
Well, it's real possible.
We'll look forward to it.
You know, I hope the networks start watching us because I know they need us at ACTV.
That's right. Without them, they'd have no yardstick to measure by. Okay. These guys are from, they've got the banner. This is certainly a great parade. Like Clifton said, it makes you want to stand up on your chair. We kind of got...
That's the only way we could see.
The people are just packed in like sardines around here. Any more instruments you recognize there?
If things go according to plan, Dan Morales, the new Attorney General, should be following the Hillsborough Band.
Looks like that's him there in the car.
I don't know.
That's a fancy new car there. Looks like a Toyota.
Okay, the camera is still on the van that just went by, so we'll have to just wait till the camera.
Now we got handheld up there
Morales
too.
in a Mustang.
Okay, there's Dan Morales, our Attorney General.
State of Texas.
And he's driving another classic Mustang. We've got a bunch of Mustangs out here.
And I guess this must be John Sharp, the new comptroller.
New comptroller. Bob Bullock, of course, moving up from that position.
Okay, is he coming
And of
along
course
in his
we all
Sorry?
recognize Gary Morrow,
Gary Morrow coming
the
up
land
now.
commissioner, and a red Mustang.
That's a fancy GT Mustang with
And this must be the Texas Aggie band approaching.
All right, here's the Aggies. All you UT Longhorn people try to keep under control.
Well, we have Kay Bailey
the
Hutchins,
Aggie band.
the treasurer, and followed by the Aggie band.
Okay, here's our new state treasurer, Kay Bailey. Kay Bailey Hudson.
And the Fighting Texas Aggie band.
Yeah, Clifton said that's the Fighting Texas Aggie band. That makes me want to fight.
I know. Everyone has some kind of opinion about Aggies, that's for sure. But these guys,
leave the Aggies alone today.
These guys are taking it really seriously.
Well, I gotta say, those boots impress me. I mean, I think that's one of the sharpest looking outfits I've ever seen. I used to date an Aggie. I gotta be charitable here.
I wonder if they really ride horses with those spurs, though.
They're not guiding left, guiding right very well, but they're marching. Maybe they don't know they're left from their right.
They're always right.
Oh, they're always right. We're way out left. I don't know, those short haircuts, that kind of makes me nervous.
And we have the banner from the Texas National Guard is coming up. The Texas National Air Guard is coming up next.
All right, I don't know. A lot of these people are pretty brave to be in the service right now.
Well, I think the situation on the parade is we're at what you call parade rest at this moment. So until these drums get going by, I don't think we're going to pick up much more for just a second. All right, now the Aggies are moving out. Beware, we're holding.
Yeah, we had a momentary parade traffic jam there, but here comes the Air National Guard.
It's very difficult because the parade is dispersing at 11th Street, and there's very few places to go. You know, you have to go around the Capitol or down 11th Street, and I'm sure
the construction going on.
Sure. So.
You know, Clifton, you know an awful lot about parades from being a library director.
Well, I've seen a few in my day.
Well, we're glad to have you on board here, Clifton, to keep us focused in the right direction.
You're about 10 steps ahead of us here.
I can remember when we were in high school, junior high school, that school was out on Inaugural Day, and we were encouraged to attend these things. So I can remember coming to inaugural parades, I think, when John Connally was inaugurated. That was the first one I remember attending. And tried to make them all since then.
Well, you know, in the gala last night, I sat about 3 seats behind Ben Barnes, and it brought back a whole lot of memories of the John Connally, Ben Barnes days.
Right.
I felt that for our former Lieutenant Governor Barnes, that must have brought back a lot of memories to see that occasion last night.
Sure.
And he looked great. I have to tell you, Ben looked great.
Well, this has just been a lot of fun for me, and I'm sure everybody else around here.
I think we have
our technical personnel.
We have State Senator Gonzalo Barrientos coming up. He's riding in a red Mustang. He was the chairman of the Senate Inaugural Committee.
A name familiar to just about everybody, Gonzalo Barrientos.
Yes, I've known Gonzalo Barrientos since about 1966, and it's amazing how he has moved up through the ranks, because I knew him as a worker in the War on Poverty, and I followed him since then. We worked together in the Montopolis area back in 1967-68, and I followed him to become a state representative and now a state senator. And who knows, he may have his eye on some other position in state government. A very honest, dedicated man who I think gives a lot of time and effort to his job. the kind of politician that you learn to appreciate.
It's certainly a great inspiration to young people who are starting with a little bit less than some of us have been lucky enough to have. We've got planes going by, helicopters.
Yeah, we've got, is this Variantes? Is this Variantes going by?
Yes, we should have the Honorable Sam Russell, the chairman of the House of Representatives Inaugural Committee, coming up soon. And
we're getting newer and newer model Mustangs all the time.
Yeah.
That's about a 73 there, I think.
Moved up from the vintage that I had. And we should have the Honorable Bob Glasgow,
now we're into about an 80s version.
President Pro Tem. And I can tell who that is.
I wonder if this parade is sponsored in part by Ford Motor Company, huh?
I think not. I think, well, now the Fords that are donated for the parade, yes, I would think so. And there's a GT.
I think it's some Mustangs that. Now we have the University of Texas band, the show band of the Southwest.
Well, if there's one way to follow up the Aggies, it's with UT.
With UT. And the people in the crowd are flashing the Hook 'em Horn sign.
Yeah, I saw a Texas Hook'ems and sign earlier in the parade. This is great, all these burnt orange flags and the police along the edge of the barricade pushing people back. The band as big as Texas itself is coming on the street. I guess Bevo's not making it, but we have an official horn hooker. We had Bevo on Face Your Bet before.
I don't know, there seems to be something about UT's band when they march down Congress. It's like their music seems to carry farther and is clearer and everything else. So, and I guess it's because being a hometown band.
They have the home field advantage.
Right.
I didn't make it that far in my band career. I had to give it up. I gave it up for an education.
Well, we're glad we have you here, Sheila.
Well, thank you.
I think the UT band is supposed to play Texas Our Texas as they pass the viewing stands at 11th and Congress, where the governor and most of the officials will be seated.
Certainly smart outfits. I saw a couple of those interesting plastic shades on a couple of those marches.
Oh, yeah, and they're giving the Hook 'em Horn signs. They go down the street and carrying their big bass drums. It's pretty exciting. Got this bass instruments. God, they've got about 12 of them, it looks like.
It looks like 16 or 18 of those tubas there. They're really carrying the low end.
And would you look at this wind section? Look at those clarinets. Flutes, saxes.
Certainly a giant band and quite an undertaking to have all those people playing in concert together. Okay, who's next?
Here comes something that isn't on our official program, but it appears to be...
wait a minute. All of you folks who attend the Lady Longhorn games, you recognize this one coming
along. A longhorn with a big cap on. Big hat, rather.
The Hat Man, and is this the Aquanet hairspray? Oh, it's a giant Ann Richards hairspray. That's what.
All right, let me tell you what this is about. That was on the Esther's Follies portion of last night's gala. They did a tribute song to Ann Richards and the Aquanet. Was all part of that. When they did their Jalapeno, they do a wonderful opera called Jalapeno.
Well, here comes a huge box that says...
this is the new and improved Texas. New and improved Texas.
In a Tide box.
That was also part of the Esther's Follies performance at the gala last night. The Tide box for the new Texas.
Another great Austin tradition, the Esther's Follies.
Yes, it is. I believe their environmental thing on that was that it was ring around the collar, and that was their environmental thing with the Tide box.
We have the Honorable Bob Kruger, Railroad Commissioner. And I think this is...
that's in there?
No, he just passed. This may be Jim. No, that's not Jim Nugget either. And somewhere along the way...
and we're waiting for Lena Guerrero to come down. She's the new on the railroad there. And I've been hearing a lot of great things about Lena.
She certainly opened up a few thousand positions. Everybody in town's running for Lena's seat there in District 51 right now.
Yeah, and I happen to live in that legislative district, so we'll wait and see what happens.
Well, we'll be poised on the edge of our chairs.
Here we have the future of Texas, the class of 2003 from the Palmer Lane Elementary School of Pflugerville, Texas, just a few miles up the road from Austin, and they're riding on a flatbed trailer, waving Texas flags.
There have been a lot of children here, and young people in general. It's been really
yeah, that was one of Governor Richard's big things, you know, was the education and the children of Texas, and that was a big part of her parade this morning, was to give each of those children in those schools a chance to be represented. So you were saying these are the El Paso Choros, Clifton?
Well, now it looks like we're out of order again.
Yeah, we're out of order.
This is the Guard of the Republic. Military history here. Kind of wish we could go back to the days of cannons and get away from the nuclear war stuff.
Got out somewhere.
We may have a chance if we did that.
Yeah, just kill people and not wipe out the entire earth. But
well, we're back on now with the Tyler Junior College Apache Bells and the Tyler Junior College Apache Band.
Beautiful outfits on all these different bands. Students have certainly put a lot of work into coming all the way to Texas and practicing their instruments.
There are supposed to be 108 members in that marching band. And then there is a group called the Bells with 60 members in the dance team, and they're coming up as soon as our cameras get on them.
Oh, that's quite an outfit those ladies are wearing, too.
Yep, those are the Apache Bells.
The Indians don't have it too bad, apparently.
No, they're not bad at all. I'd stay on the reservation for that.
I bet they're glad they had long dresses today, too.
It's starting to warm up, but it's still pretty breezy out here. As Clifton said, the winds of change are upon us.
So 2002.
All right, the future of Texas, marching right down the street, going to be graduating.
And we also have the Claude Berkman Elementary School from Round Rock, Texas is coming up next.
Round Rock, the fastest growing town in the United States, if I'm not mistaken.
They are from the class of 2002 also.
All right. Now, see, right now,
those teachers were brave to walk these children. Most of them have them in trucks, but these are some brave teachers. Next, we have the Pecos High School Band, 163 marchers.
And Pecos is down in South Texas also, right?
Pecos is in West Texas. I know that.
Yeah, Pecos is another one of those towns. It's up the river. It's up the river there, and they raise wonderful cantaloupes up around Pecos.
I didn't think I could stump him twice.
Oh, you can't stump him. He's a library man.
Well, we'll remember La Jolla. We'll keep that one.
I sure will remember La Jolla.
All right, now this is purple. It's really striking outfits here.
Yes, that is the Pecos band. We jumped the gun a little on the Pecos group. They're now in camera sight.
Nice feathers on top of them.
You like those feathers?
I don't think I've ever seen a purple bird, though. Maybe those are artificial feathers.
Pecos purple feather birds. Known as the marching band from Pecos.
Okay. I'll take your word on that one, Sheila.
Yeah.
Look at his getting deep around here.
Well, we are almost approaching the halfway point of the parade. This is unit number 42, so we're almost halfway, and we've got about almost another hour to go.
Well, I'm enjoying working on my suntan here a little bit early in the season. I'm going to have a pretty good tan going by the end of this.
Well, you'll notice that I have removed my fashion hat, my fashion apparel. I've taken that off the top of my head because I really felt the sun was kind of getting to me, you know, and coloring some of my perspective of this thing.
Well, you certainly have made me feel underdressed.
Thank you. I knew that was the case. But I couldn't get my suit out of the dry cleaners in time.
Well, like you say, it's really uncomfortable wearing that big ball gown, and I know that I
This
feel
ball
that way.
gown is just driving me crazy. You know, these high heels and these pantyhose and everything you have to put on to wear to these things. And here I am sitting here, and I'm just really glad I have this scarf and this fashion hat that I've been wearing all day. But I'm into fashion, you know. I like that. I've got my Rockport shoes on, and they're really fashionable.
I think Clifton has got us in the shoe department for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, those tassels are,
I've noticed the cameraman is not picking up his shoes.
Jim's knows
Well, we
to
have
stay
another
calm.
band approaching. This is the Hereford High School Mighty Maroon Band, 216 marchers. And Kevin, where's Hereford, Texas?
That's where all the cows are.
All right.
I'm glad to see that Clifton has a sense of humor. We seem to be catching all the bands in between songs.
You know, in doing some research on inaugurations, Ann Richards has been inaugurated today as the 43rd governor of the state of Texas. This is the third time that a woman has been inaugurated as governor. Mal Ferguson was inaugurated 2 times. And a historian, A. Gordon Adair, once wrote, "The people of Texas do not face the problem of making a reputation for themselves. They have one to sustain." And I think this is what is happening today in this inauguration, that we're trying to sustain tradition and sustain the reputation that the state of Texas has for bigness and greatness.
I'm proud to be part of Texas, and I know all the people that I've talked to today have shown that they're not afraid to speak their mind and stand up for what they believe. And I think Ann has given us the big thumbs up that that's okay, and she wants to hear from us.
Right.
Well, the thing that impressed me, particularly when we were doing those interviews on the streets, is how very vocal, how very dedicated the citizens of Texas are. I mean, they have come here and they're carrying their banners and they're proud to be here, and they really believe in what's going to happen and the change that's happening. They're part of that change.
A lot of people traveling great distances to witness this event.
We should
And they're
have
coming
the,
just for a
Texas
couple hours and they're
Women
leaving. You know, it's
Political
amazing. They just wanted to be here for the occasion. Let's see if Clifton's reading the program and seeing what's happening on the street here.
Was that Clifton talking?
That's Clifton talking over there again. We ought to let him get on the mic.
Okay, Clifton, who's this? We're coming up
This
here.
is the Texas Women's Political Caucus, and they are preceded by a group of people with signs that says, I guess it's our turn now. And the float seems to be it's the Capitol Dome. No, it's our turn, and there's a caricature sort of Ann Richards with, I guess, with her.
They're wearing that T-shirt. A woman's place is in the dome.
In the dome.
That's the lady I interviewed earlier with that sign. It's our turn with the Geraldine Ferraro poster with Ann Richards implanted on Geraldine's face. Our cameraman out there in the street certainly doing a great job. I can't remember his name, but I've seen him around.
This is the first float of the parade. Right. And it's the Capitol Dome with Ann Richards in front of the Capitol Dome.
Okay, this is a pretty big float here going on. It looks like a lot of work went into it. It looks like almost like clay.
What does it say there? Some leaders are born women. Some leaders are born women.
Wilhelmina Delco is on
All right, they've got the state capitol there. Got every cross section of
Goddess of
womankind.
Liberty.
Yeah, a
It
lot
looks
of.
like she's facing to the east instead of to the south, and maybe they thought the.
Well, you know, maybe she rotates.
And we have the Texas Young Woman of the Year, Melissa Joy Hinojosa. I don't think she's riding in a Mustang. I think she's riding in a Chrysler. Looks like a LeBaron.
LeBaron convertible.
And we have the Kilgore College Rangerettes and the Kilgore College Ranger Band. 82 band members and 75 dance and drill team members. Kilgore. Do you know where Kilgore, Texas is, Kevin?
It's pretty close.
This band in the past has they've had an opportunity to march in presidential inaugural.
Okay, we just, I'm remembering the name of our camera person, Rick Ectornaut, out on the street. And maybe soon I'll remember where Kilgore is.
I didn't get the first part of that comment, Kevin. Say again.
I said this is Rick Ectornaut, our cameraman out in the street, braving danger.
I would say right now he has one of the better views in the parade at this moment. If you'll just take a look, he's got the drum major of whatever band this is. I mean, they have a prime spot in this parade.
Right, we were talking about trying to get that camera angle on the People's March earlier this morning, but we were afraid of being trampled. So it's certainly brave of Rick to be out there in the middle of all that action. And the band is being a good sport about it, too.
Yeah, that was the Kilgore band, and we're glad it wasn't the Kilgore horses.
And you know where Kilgore is, right?
Well, you got me. Boy, I'm no geographic person.
Well, Clifton's the only one around us that has it.
That's Clifton. He's the literate one here.
What was the question?
Kilgore.
Kilgore?
We're still trying to find that
It's
out.
in North Texas, somewhere near Dallas.
All right. That's
Somewhere
good,
near Dallas.
Good
Somewhere
enough
near
for me.
Dallas.
One of my
I
interviews
think it's northeast of Dallas.
One of my interviews earlier, I had an elected official, the first black elected official from that county, actually, was one of my interviews earlier.
The guy with the pictures from the Korean War?
No, I didn't get him.
Okay, that's the guy I was talking to. I don't know. We weren't live at that point, so maybe that taped piece will come on later. What do we got
now
here?
we
Is
have
this
more
another?
school children, the class of 2001 from the San Angelo Independent School District, from way up in the Panhandle.
Looks like lots of the parents are joined in there, too.
Yes. Brave parents, brave children.
And camcorders marching down the street, too.
Right.
You know, those cameramen have such a good spot. I'm willing almost to trade this spot at the mic to go out there and hold a camera just so I can see the parade.
I don't know if I'd want to stand in front of those guys with the chrome helmets, though.
No.
Oh, he's had to back off a little bit. Here we go. Another message. Last band is in East Texas, somewhere near Longview.
Well, I wasn't too far off. Northwest of Dallas.
You said northeast
of Dallas. Northwest, east of
Okay,
Dallas.
well, we'll watch this on the instant playback here in just a minute. Who's next?
Well, we just saw the Milby High School marching band, 40 band members and a 17-member drill team pass by. We should have the, no, I guess this is a drill team that's coming up from Milby High School.
Maybe this is the whole band coming out. There's Channel 2 from Houston, out there in the street. But I'm sure that they're not doing as good a job as we are here.
Well, I was going to say they're no competition for us.
Well, everybody knows that Austin Community Television is the leader in the nation and quite probably the world in community television. And there's no reason why people can't expect first things first from us. We're going to break in new stuff. I know new programming that's happening right now that's never anywhere in the world.
The inauguration today, the world tomorrow.
How was it, Gayla? Was it a lot of fun?
It was tremendous. It was packed. By 7 o'clock, there was really not a good seat left in the house. It was just packed. We got there about 6:30, and were seated shortly after that, and had great seats because we got there early. But it was packed. There was the floor was pretty much dedicated to the event, which limited the seating from 17,000 to about 14,000. And then there was the first tier all the way around was dedicated to VIPs, people who had probably been greater donors to the campaign than I possibly might have been. And so I was sitting on a pink ticket.
Passing by.
That was a good seat.
All right. We got just people to the left of us and people to the right of us. What was there? I heard there was a lot of good bands there last night. What was your favorite band?
Well, Asleep at the Wheel did the entire staging. They did the backup for Christofferson and Waylon. Jerry Jeff Walker, Chris Christofferson, and Willie and Dolly. Dolly went crazy over them. Dolly Parton was just dynamite. She looked terrific. She was in a little white outfit with a lot of fringe all over it, high-heeled white boots and sequins, and lots of white hair. And she did 2 songs for us. She did 9 to 5, and then she did something about long-legged Texas men.
Well, I know a lot of people would probably like Dolly Parton to be the state bird of Texas.
Oh my God, Kevin, I think you better give it back to Clifton on that one.
right, what's this band, Clifton?
I'm not sure. Lost track somewhere along the way.
This is one for the history books. Clifton has been stumped.
Someone on a PA system was saying that the band was
Milby. This is Milby.
This is Milby?
Yeah, this
okay, well,
Milby came by earlier.
Milby is from Houston, Texas then. And we should have the Dallas Charro Association coming up here.
All right, we're looking for more horses. Look at this. People up there in the air, those cheerleaders are pretty tough.
Well, they certainly are. You got to be pretty darn strong to be a cheerleader. I've realized
those are pom-poms that look like pom-poms.
Yeah, it's nice to see that guys can get into cheerleading and avoid the macho stereotypes that so often lead to violence. Any thoughts on that, Cliff?
Well, whatever they want to do.
We're glad that they have your blessing.
They have Clifton's. But it takes an awful lot of strength, just gymnastics, to be a cheerleader. And if you'll notice at the basketball games, which I've been watching lately, the guys, I mean, there's a lot of work that goes on out there. Lifting of each other and tossing them around on the floors.
I know I was in gymnastics when I was younger, and I'm really too big. You know, they like smaller guys. I guess it's easier for them to flip over.
Well, you just shouldn't have grown up so big. You could still be in gymnastics.
Yeah, well, I was doing some gymnastics earlier. I remember walking on that thing.
I thought that was just a tightrope you always walked.
Well, you got me on that one for sure, Sheila. Speechless. Okay, back to Clifton.
We have the Estacado High School band approaching.
Estacado.
Yeah?
That's good stuff. That's good.
Not sure where Estacado High School is from. As soon as they begin to march again, maybe the banner will reveal where they're from. Well, seems to have a bottleneck maybe in the parade because for the last 2 units they've had to pause here in front of us and allow the units in front of them to advance.
Whoa, man, those guys holding those girls up is unbelievable. On 1 foot, balancing up there like a pigeon.
The only thing better that I've seen than that were those 6 women in the black and white outfits tap dancing down Congress Avenue. I think that had to take my vote for the day.
Did you ever tap dance in a previous life, Sheila?
Yeah, I did, but boy, I mean, these women were like, I mean, they were, you know, they were probably in their prime, let's say, or a little past it.
Yeah, they're staying in good shape, it seemed like.
In tremendously good shape. Also, I understood there was a performance at the Paramount today that they were performing at.
Oh, were they part of that performance too? I interviewed a gentleman that's part of it twice, as a matter of fact. Once when we marched by in the People's March, and then later on he came by.
That's right.
Our live
there was
broadcast
some
here.
sort of performance, and it wasn't particularly publicized.
Well, it's for artists that are in Dallas. They're trying to raise money and artists are real important here in Austin. I know a lot of people come to Austin to do their artwork.
Well, but all money's in Dallas.
Yeah, well, the starving artist is the true nature of it.
I see we have a group directly across the street from us making a statement. The banner reads the North Galveston County Democrats for Peace.
Looks like they have a soldier lying there dead with peace signs in his eyes.
Yes, they do. So they are making a statement on this today that is the deadline for the Iraqi troops to pull out of Kuwait. And we are, I guess the world is paused on the brink of war. And we have many people that have tried to make statements during the course of this day. There's a protest sign on a tree near us, and there have been some signs that say no war and other things. But
I think that's one of the great things about today is that people are encouraged and enjoy their rights to speak out. And it seems like just about everyone involved in this parade today has had some kind of a message or a banner, and they're letting their feelings be known.
Well, in a way, and I really don't want to sound platitudinal here, but that's sort of the purpose of Austin Access Television, is that we're founded on the First Amendment, and we encourage all that sort of thing, the right to speak out and do what you want to and say what you want to, and just kind of try to respect the obscenities laws and try to respect the rights of the individuals. But that is the purpose and the philosophy and the mission of ACTV and Austin Access here in Austin and throughout the nation.
Okay, we've just been handed a bulletin. I talked to some people earlier about this. Let yourself be counted. Be at the Capitol 1 p.m. on Saturday, January 19th, which is coming up here. And this is a peace rally. And if you're concerned about the reality of our country being at war and would like to join many others that share your concerns, let yourself be counted. And again, that's at the Capitol, 1 p.m. on Saturday, January 19th. And these people are also involved with the peace rally last Friday, which I went to and really enjoyed. Willie was at that also.
Yeah, I understood that was quite an affair at the Coliseum.
Over 4,000 people.
Amazing. Better ask Clifton where we are in the parade.
Okay, Clifton.
Okay, it seems like our local, what I call toy mobile has entered the parade, and it's not on the official entry list, but there's
an
automobile covered with toys.
Yeah, I got my picture with my dogs in front of that.
What is this coming up?
It's the guy down on 6th Street with all the toys and stuff on his car.
The car with the toys. This is one of the most...
Daryl the Clown.
Well, I almost find it too much. It's so cluttered.
Yeah, I remember back a couple years ago when it was a little bit easier to look at his car. But it's amazing that it's still going.
Now we have the Veterans Band of Corpus Christi.
This is a band to commemorate all the veterans that served in past aggressions.
All branches of the service represented. The Army, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard.
We got equal representation for everyone here. Looks like our camera guy is about to get trampled, though. And we've even have a wheelchair involved in it and the marching band.
Yep, there went your French horn. I saw a French horn.
I like the guy on the playing in the wheelchair. That's really brave. He's obviously someone who's not.
Now we have some beautiful horses and beautiful ladies. The Dallas Charro Association.
This is the Charros with the horses, and that's a beautiful horse up there in front. Here comes some more horses. The big sombreros, and this horse doesn't look too happy about going straight down the street. He's going to take a right turn.
Maybe the Charro with the rope in the back will have to rope him and get him in line.
Okay, so we've got a lariat there, and he's falling right behind the Palomino with the flag bearer. And I think he's actually going to do some rolling. That's really beautiful. That's an art that has almost gone by, the art of lariating.
Oh, there he goes. He's doing his lariat. And that's bringing some cheers from the crowd.
She's saying that we need to look into the camera.
Okay. I don't know who set us up with the parade behind us. We told them we wanted to look at the parade. Think that we're up here just to work. We want to have fun. That's why we have fun on Access. And everyone who wants to have fun, please come down and produce shows. You're on community television, because community television is your forum for public speech. And I don't think we can say it often enough. Austin is the world leader of community television.
Well, you're not just horsing around here, Kevin. I mean, you're not just horsing around. But those folks out there in the parade are horsing around.
It looks like they're ponying around to me.
There's some ponies. How many of those, how many can you name? What have we got there? We've got a roan.
We're going to stump Clifton again on the...
Well, all right, Clifton, this is a little trivia here.
I'm good at describing.
All right, this is a little pony right here with the Charro. Well, they're all Charros, aren't they? All right, the one that just did his head, those are Palominos, and they've got their winter coats on them. Kevin's trying to...
Sheila really wants to sit in my lap. That's why she keeps doing this.
So, anyway, behind them is a dancing group that Clifton knows about. Let Clifton tell about the dancing group.
Okay, what's this dance going on, Clifton?
This is the Austin Square Dance and Square and Round Dance Association float, and would you believe that they're on the back of a flatbed trailer, and they are actually square dancing.
Looks like they got the caller calling out the steps and Alaman.
Music and everything.
This is entertainment at its finest. I don't think you could find this anywhere else in the world. That's diversification of culture that we have here in Texas.
Yeah, I'm for diversification of culture myself.
Thank you, Sheila.
Yeah, that's pretty profound, I realize. Well, it's like I said earlier, I really hope the networks aren't watching us because ACTV needs us. Austin Access needs us.
Sheila can get up and do-si-do for us.
I know how to Alaman.
Do-si-do?
Do-si-do. I think I'd rather do the Alaman.
Alaman right?
Alaman left. Actually, I've always been the caller.
The caller?
Yeah, my mouth goes fast enough to do that.
I participated in a square dance group when I was in high school.
I know that my parents used to like to go square dancing so they could get away from me and all the kids.
It's fun. Fun.
I know it's fun, and like tap dancing, it's good fitness.
She don't believe I ever square danced.
I have a real problem though. I mean, I'm trying to learn the two-step, and I'll swear I cannot learn the two-step. I don't know whether it's because I can't count to two and backwards. I can do a one-step, but I cannot get the two-step down.
Maybe we should get you a job on the crew here. Everyone had a lot of practice at counting backwards earlier today.
That's true. Every time we did a test, it was count backwards.
Well, the parade seems like it's going to start moving backwards if it goes any slower.
Let me ask our parade authority, where are we out of the 100 units? Where are we, Clifton?
We are at unit number 52.
53, we just had squared it.
Yeah, the HEB.
Harold Butt.
Howard, that's Howard E.
Howard Butt. Harold Butt.
Now, wait a minute, Kevin. That's
Eugene Butt.
No, it's not.
Eugene Butt? I thought it was Ernest.
It's Howard E. Butt.
Eugene or what?
Howard. I don't know.
Egbert.
And it's deep in the heart of Texas.
But they're not coming next. The Anderson High School. The L.C. Anderson High School Trojan Band.
The Trojan Band?
The L.C. Anderson High School Trojan Band of Austin, Texas is the next entry in the parade.
Anderson High School, and that's out in northwest Austin, right?
Right.
I got that one.
Well, you should be able to get that one, Kevin.
Thanks for all the confidence you have in me, Clifton.
Well, all that free advertising we just gave to the HEB stores, I haven't seen the HEB float yet.
Well, I'm sure they'll be around. It's a 24-hour operation from what I understand.
Oh, that's probably true. They have carry out there, I believe.
People wandering in and out of our studio here. I don't think they realize the sanctity of our studio.
I suppose they don't realize that we're really on the air, like on the cable program live at this moment. That they may not understand it, but that's all right because they kind of add a little excitement.
Well, I'll tell you what, after today, everyone is going to take ACTV and Austin Access seriously from now on.
Well, you know, I only have 4 or 5 hookups in my home, and I'm going home put in 6 more after today. I'm going to put 6 more cable hookups in my home. Just because I'm inspired for the day's commentary and everything.
Yeah, and you need one for your new waterproof TV in your shower.
Well, I need one there, and I probably need one in the laundry room. And the dog doesn't have one. Does Face have his own hookup, his own cable hookup? Does your dog have it?
Face is like me. He works in video so much that watching TV is like work to him.
I see. You know, the only way you can really escape is the shower, so I'm not going to put one in there.
Okay. The thinking room.
The thinking room, yes.
Okay, which band
Where are we, Clifton? What are we doing?
This is the L.C. Anderson High School Trojan Band.
Right, and that more traditional band outfit there. A lot of talented young musicians here today.
Yes, we do.
What's that song they're playing? I don't think it's a Rolling Stones.
No.
The conditions are not great for these students who come here. I mean, they've got the uniforms that they've got to contend with, and they're wool, and they're very hot, and they scratch. So I think the fact that they travel a long way on the buses, and then they get out and they spend their whole day marching, it's terrific dedication to the cause.
But this band only had to travel like 13 or 14 miles to perform.
Well, I'm speaking generally.
Good way to cover your mistake there, Sheila.
Well, Clifton has the roster. I can't even see it.
Certainly, they're not used to having our cameraman out in the middle of their formation. That should be challenging them too, as well as. And here we have somebody tripping over our tripod. Lots of street people out here to witness this event as well.
Are these all street people?
I don't know. Someone said that she remembered me when I was a street person, and I don't even remember that.
You know, I heard Austin had a lot of street people, but I am impressed with the street people we've had out today.
I know the best time to find them was on Christmas because everyone else was at home. I came out and rode my bicycle downtown on Christmas night, and there wasn't anybody around but homeless people.
So you're talking serious. I was just sort of making a joke about how many people walk the streets today.
We have another school children group, the class of 2000 from the Marble Falls Independent School District. And as we know, Governor Richards has stressed education, and
these children are even holding banners.
Yes, and they are one of the brave bunches that's marching and not riding on a flatbed truck.
They all have matching T-shirts, too. That's pretty nice. They obviously have a lot of pride in their school system. Right. They've got is that armadillo on there? No. It's hard to see. Everything's blowing and our winds have changed so much.
Getting deep on us again. The winds have changed, philosophically speaking.
And
that's an ACTV camera guy. Okay, we're getting feedback from the Peanut Gallery over here with Pat Garlinghouse, and maybe we can get Pat to ride by on her motorcycle. That would be a high point in the parade.
She hasn't brought us our hot chocolate or our croissants yet.
Maybe over there at the control center here at our 9th Street Live Broadcast Center, they're realizing that Clifton hasn't had his hot chocolate, and he's going to get testy shortly here.
Clifton has a lot of buttons on. I don't know how close we can get in, but Clifton, here's a big one. This one says 1991 Inaugural
Maybe Jim can get a shot of this button here.
How much was that button, Clifton?
I paid $5 for that button at the Inaugural store, which is in the next block.
Did you get a raise over at the library? Did they give you a raise?
No. This is penny pinching money. Where I'd saved all of my pennies, I was able to buy this button and this one too. Both of these buttons cost me $5
All right, who's the picture of? You've got a button up here. Is that you? Did you take your own picture?
No, come on now.
Martin Luther
That's
King.
our hero.
Okay,
It's Martin Luther King.
We're celebrating the birthday of Martin Luther King today.
And then we're going to commemorate it again on the 21st, which is next Monday.
That's when everybody gets off from work.
That's
That didn't take off today. They'll get another day off next week.
Right, and we will be having a celebration at the Carver Library on Monday, the 21st of January at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Is there a parade for that too?
No, there's no parade. There's a march today.
I think Sheila is ready to square dance with me anytime now.
We have the Crystal City High School Javelina.
Oh, let's say that again.
The Crystal High School Javelina Band.
Crystal City, we all know where that is.
That's in the valley. I know that much.
Thanks, Clifton. Where would we be without you?
So, Clifton, this event on the 21st is open to the public, and
it is indeed open to the public. Matter of fact, one of the former staffers at the Treasury Department under Ann Richards, Barbara Foreman, will be our keynote speaker for the program on Monday at 6 o'clock.
Barbara Foreman does a show on Access called Etc.
Right, Barbara Foreman, I'd like to say real quick, thanks for all the help that set me up with my press passes and everything. But Dolly Parton wasn't there where you said she was going to be. I was so let down. Barbara said she was going to set me up with Dolly Parton.
Barbara did her best for you, Kevin. Barbara did her best.
We thought it would have been great if they every news organization they called up, sent them to a different hotel around town, and everybody be wandering around scratching their heads. We thought we really had a great scoop.
Well, we found out where the people sitting on the park bench from right across from us are from, because they started cheering when the Crystal City Band went by. So apparently they're from Crystal City.
There's Crystal City Marching Band in the colorful outfits and sashes. Kids sure are fun, aren't they? I said kids are fun.
It's been so long I've forgotten.
You don't have any children of your own, huh, Sheila?
I do. I have a lovely daughter who is 22, and a son who's 27.
22 years old, huh?
A daughter, 22, and a son, 27.
That's why you never told me, introduced me to her, huh?
Well, she's
And
over
here
at
comes the
Georgetown,
men.
Southwestern University, Georgetown, communications major.
You talked to some people from Georgetown earlier. What were you saying, Cliff?
Here comes the Texas National Guard.
Right, the National Guard. And
The 49th Armored Division. 114 marchers.
they're kind of in the wrong outfits. They need the desert fatigues, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's a little greener around here.
Yeah, I know that there's a shortage of desert fatigues right now, so maybe that's why they're not wearing them. They've got their automatic weapons and their canteens and everything there.
Get a little flavor of what's happening in the other half of the world, don't we? When we see a group like that go by.
Got the serious steel boots and everything.
Here comes Texas, our Texas again. These high school bands know how to play it. They may not know how to sing it, but they know how to play it.
Well, certainly no one can sing like you, Griffin.
Oh, no. We have another band from the Valley, Rio Grande City High School Band.
I bet you Rio Grande City's right down there in the Rio Grande.
By the way, Rio Grande City is real close to La Jolla. Real close to La Jolla, yes.
Well, we just pair those two together in our minds, huh, Cliff?
Right.
I really came onto this job so I could get a history lesson on where the different parts of Texas
Well,
are.
I think just basic geography would have helped us all before we'd come into this. You know?
Right.
So we could have said knowledgeably, Kilgore is in northeast Texas, or wherever it was.
I'm just used to explaining how to get rid of fleas.
Yeah, well, I understand Face the Pet has those, but you can address that issue in a program.
There goes your French horn.
Look at that.
And look at the trombones coming up, and the bass horns, and
Look at several ladies playing on the tubas there.
Well, you
It's a
know,
very large band. It didn't have the number of people, but it looks like it may be.
Look at that. Look, is that a bassoon? No, that's a bass clarinet.
That's a bass clarinet. I played that actually, an E-flat alto clarinet, bass clarinet.
I knew that.
I knew you knew that. I was just trying to impress the public. Almost 20,000 viewers out there.
Well, I know that.
Oh, there must be 100,000 today.
Well, you know, we have, 125,000 subscribers to Austin Cablevision. That's approximately.
And two people looking at each TV would make it 250,000 today.
I want you on my marketing staff, Clifton. Get out of the library work, boy.
I think he's doing pretty well with your show. Haven't you got some awards for your 59-minute show?
No, we haven't received any awards, but
you're overdue.
This is our 6th year of 59 minutes of news and information. We originally started out with Frank Garrett, Vicki Spriggs, and I. Vicki has since dropped off, but Frank Garrett and I are still carrying on.
All right, passing us by right now is a group from Bastrop, so that means that the floods have gotten under control, the roads are back open, and the people are out of Bastrop.
Here comes Galveston Independent School District.
Class of 1999.
1999, we're getting younger and younger.
Oh, yes.
I mean, actually, they're older and older. We started with 2002 and working our way closer.
If they start counting backwards from 2002, we're in trouble.
I don't think they'll do that to us.
Look at the size of that gentleman's button. I bet you he paid a lot for his.
Oh yes, Barbara Foreman promised me that she came by the library shortly after noon, and she promised me that she was going to get me one of those buttons. We have the Albert Sidney Johnston High School Band, a local band from here in Austin on the east side. 80 members of the band.
That's over there off Balm Road, right?
Right.
I do okay on the Austin schools. Several baritones there.
Yep.
You can feel that beat.
Yeah, I like that. Those drums on a roll, Kevin?
Yeah, and I like those black drumsticks. They're really great.